Hi everybody, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Allie.
Today we're talking about how we rebranded this podcast and are inviting you into our team dynamic. We are so excited to welcome you back to the guest list. We're going to kick off this episode by talking about what's the same on our podcast. And for starters, I'm here. Hi. If you're new to TGL or just don't know me, my name is Sarah and I'm the founder of Setlist Media, which I started originally as Sarah's Setlist. I started TGL as a way to talk to my friends and other music industry professionals about our careers and what we're learning. The new TGL is still going to include all of that and still hold the same love for music and pop culture that it always has, as does everything we do here at Setlist. However, if you've watched TGL since its inception, you may notice that my filming area is different, and that is because I had some big moves in my personal life, both literally and figuratively. And that's not the only thing that's different. Since relaunching the entire Setlist brand, I've had two of the most incredible people I know join me to create Team Setlist, and I'm so lucky to have one of them sitting here with me now. So, Allie, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Hey, I'm Allie. I live in Massachusetts, but I go to school in New York City. That's how Sarah and I know each other. I'm studying communications and media studies. I met Sarah through a mutual friend, and we've been stuck at the hip ever since. I'm a huge concert goer, as is Sarah, of course, but you guys already knew that. I even decided to get involved in the industry by applying to jobs at venues in my area, and this summer work at 2 venues in my home city of Boston.
Yeah, she did. You killed it too, girl.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys are probably wondering, what the heck are you guys going to be talking about? As Allie mentioned, we're both huge concert goers. We're definitely going to be talking about a lot of the tours and concerts that we're attending, and
Hopefully
maybe even
together.
some that we're working. Yeah, hopefully together. Also, we have a lot of the same favorite bands and artists, so we're definitely going to be talking about them. We're also going to be touching on topics such as community building and creative rights. That's something that we both feel very strongly about, and our co-producer Jared does as well. He is
Definitely
the third member of Team Setlist. Let's tell you guys how Allie got involved in Team Setlist.
So I've known Sarah for almost 2 years, and when I saw what she was doing with what was Sarah's Setlist at the time, I was super interested in what she was doing and wanted to be a part of it, but I didn't really know how to approach her about it because it was before we got really attached. When she decided to rebrand, we were on one of our very many late night FaceTime calls, and she brought up how she was getting her other best friend Jared involved. As soon as she said that, it was like we both had a realization at the same exact time that why don't I join in as well?
It was
Sarah
so casual too.
It really was. And we often say that we share a brain because we really
very
do.
much so.
We are
we
the
do.
same exact
Absolutely.
person. Sometimes
so
she says something out loud.
so.
I'm like, I was just thinking the same thing. It
You
really
guys
is.
are gonna be able to see that connection through many episodes, and hopefully some other content coming your way as well. Very shortly after I brought up working with Allie, I had also been talking to Jared, who come this spring will be my best friend for a whole decade, which is
That's
a
half my
long
life.
time. That is half your life. But yeah, I was talking with Jared. I had actually just seen his sister, and he mentioned that he always had a dream to host a podcast in the music industry. And let's just say that I was so excited that I almost started crying. Actually, I probably did. And then I immediately jumped on the chance to bring him in, and with this dynamic trio, Team Setlist was created. And, talking about Jared, this probably has y'all wondering where he is. So I'm gonna let him tell y'all, and Allie and I will be right back.
Hi everyone, my name is Jared. I am currently on Team Setlist as social media manager for the Guest List podcast. And how I got involved with everything is basically just, I've known Sarah since 6th or 7th grade. I'm now a junior in college, and we were talking one day about what Setlist is, what she wants it to be, what the goals were, and the idea of this podcast and rebranding it and really opening up that conversation about music came up. And I was like, I am so interested in being a part of that because, one, I've always wanted to be on a podcast, and two, if you can't tell by my vinyl wall that I conveniently set up to be in the background of this video, I have been obsessed with music for as long as I can remember, and I think that music impacts us all literally every day, and I think it all affects us in different ways, and I don't think we talk about it enough. I think that we can open up that conversation so much more, and to be able to be a part of opening that conversation is something that I'm really excited to be a part of. But she basically was like, yeah, come join the podcast, and she set us up with a little FaceTime meeting with her and Allie, and she introduced me to Allie, and she was like the most energetic, passionate, enthusiastic person I've probably ever met initially. Like, she just was not holding back anything, and that's what I love so much about Allie. Like, and I'm sure you'll see that in the first episode and many more episodes to come. So it was just like a giant spark as soon as we all met, and we were bouncing off ideas for each other. We were, you know, saying who we want to be involved, who we want to eventually make an appearance, things like that. Surprises that'll come in the future, you know. You'll see me more in future episodes. I'll be guest starring in a few episodes. I'll definitely have a little clip here and there. You'll definitely hear me in audio clips, and you'll definitely catch me over at social media on Instagram at TGL Pod. More social medias to come in the future, and I'm just excited to talk music with you all.
So that's Jared. He has a lot of super exciting extracurriculars going on, and we're very lucky to have him at all. But you know, school is always going to come first, especially while these two are still in it. And yeah, Allie's coming back really soon, which means exciting things for y'all.
Yeah, so I come back in just about a week. So when I come back to school, Sarah and I will live very close to each other again, finally. It's been way too long.
I'm so excited.
It's been way too long. So
very much.
So with the two of us co-hosting, we'll have the flexibility to film some of our episodes together and share our content from just these recorded Zoom calls. Going back to Jared, he will mainly be behind the scenes managing the TGL socials and providing y'all with clips and teasers of all the exciting stuff we have coming up each month. But you know us, we're very convincing people. We will get him in front of the camera.
We almost had him today, but he had a couple things come up. Jared, we love you. We appreciate you and all you do for us and Setlist and TGL, and we can't wait to have you. But for those of you who don't know us, I see Jared and his family 3 or 4 times a year. And now that we're building Setlist and TGL together, we might carve out some time during my visits specifically to work on Setlist projects. And maybe we'll film some short clips or segments for the podcast. And just as a general kind of overview of how we're going to be releasing episodes for y'all, we're going to be putting out 1 podcast episode a month, and eventually we'd like to increase the amount of content that we're giving you, but that will likely have to wait until Jared and Allie are done with school, since, like I said earlier, prioritizing their education is the most important. So each month you are yes, go school. So each month you will always have me. And for the most part, you're going to have Allie co-hosting, but sometimes you'll get to see Jared. And if we're really, really lucky, we'll be able to have them both.
Yes, because if you guys didn't know, Jared and I have not met in person yet. So hopefully in the future, we'll get an episode with all 3 of us in person.
Allie, what was your first impression of Jared when I started the Team Setlist group chat?
So my first impression was just over text because we hadn't started our weekly meetings yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, he seems so fun. I love his like energy. Me and Sarah are very good texters. Like, we text way too often, so it was a change because he's very busy, so he does not have access to his phone as much as me and Sarah do. Not that we're not busy, but
I love him. He is no offense, Allie, he is my favorite person on this entire planet. This man can't text for anything, but he's doing really good for Setlist stuff, and we love him and appreciate him. And
He's
this
been doing
was
better
not
than
meant
like
to
what you
become-
warned me about.
This is not meant to become a roasting session.
No, he's so great, and I just loved his energy. So when we finally had our first like in-person meeting, I was like, this trio seems like it was like meant to be like forever. It seems like
The stars aligned, y'all.
it
Like,
really
I'm telling
did.
you,
like
every single day since we started, the three of us being Team Setlist, I sit in my room and basically just cry in gratitude because I am so happy with how everything has been turning out, and the two of them are so supportive of my visions and my goals for what Setlist has always been, and I'm just really excited. And obviously I touched a little bit on Jared and my lengthy friendship that is just beyond anything that I could ever describe. He is just
and I can
such an
definitely see
amazing
that.
human
Like
being.
just how they interact. And
Yeah.
even like when we brought me in, it seemed like I had known him for years, just with like how easily the three of us clicked together.
Stop, I'm gonna cry again.
Not again.
I'm literally gonna cry right
tears.
now.
We love you.
Yeah, Jared, I love you so much. And then with Allie, she told a little bit of the story of how we met. She is the person who I absolutely have spent the longest amount of time on FaceTime with. We are not going to disclose the number of hours that it was, but we'll just say that yes, it was more than a full day.
My brother found out this morning and was roasting
Oh my
me about
god,
it.
Jack!
My dad was like, wait, what? He didn't understand. And then my brother was just roasting me. He's like, how can you stay on a call with someone that long? Did you even sleep?
Yes, actually, we slept a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, it was really nice. Allie was keeping me company on FaceTime when I had COVID earlier this year. It was so nice, and I felt very loved. I will reiterate what Allie said when she said that we are pretty much the exact same human. I
So
adore
scary.
the heck out of this girl, and I need you to come back immediately. Even
Okay.
if it's too long.
I know.
Okay, now that we've completely divulged into this roasting love fest, why don't we talk more about what's coming up on the podcast?
Yes. If you guys didn't know, we are trying to have some guests on the podcast.
We gotta
So-
fill up the guest list.
Yes, of course. So we have been brainstorming some pretty cool ideas, and with that comes some dream guests. We've reached out to a few people, but don't have any official confirmations yet. If there are any artists or industry professionals or any other relevant people who you guys would like us to talk to here on the podcast, let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube, or you can DM us on Instagram at TGLPod.
And you can say hi to Jared when you're over there.
Yes. If you couldn't tell, we love Jared.
We adore him. We're just gonna gush about him because that's all I've done for the last 10
I
years.
feel like I've known him for years, but we didn't start talking until like a couple months ago when
I know.
we
Has it been months
officially
already?
launched the rebrand. It's been at least a month.
At least a month. Go team!
Yeah, go on.
Okay, now that we've divulged into our little gushing about Jared Fest, I just want to thank everybody watching so much for hanging out with us today. As you can tell, we're already having a blast and we cannot wait for the next episode. Just to give y'all a little insight, we have a spreadsheet where we are planning out most of the first year of the podcast, which is
I
gonna
love our spreadsheet.
technically be season 1, which is really, really fun and exciting. But yeah, we're really excited to do more and we can't wait to have y'all come along with us.
Yes. And thank you, Sarah, for bringing me on. I'm very
You're
happy
so
and
welcome.
honored
I'm
to be your
so
co-host.
excited.
I'm
Honored to have you as my co-host.
I'm just so
Come
happy
on,
right
are you
now.
kidding?
I can't wait for our in-person episode. It's gonna be great.
I know. Yeah, those are gonna take 50 hours to film.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully you guys loved this episode of the guest list. Allie, tell them where to find us.
So you can find us on all social media platforms. You can find us at Setlist Media, on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And then follow at TGL Pod on Instagram. The links are in the description below.
Yeah. Yeah, be sure to leave us a like and subscribe to our page if you're watching us on YouTube, and tell us in the comments your favorite part of the episode or who you want to see join us in the future. If
Other than Jared, because he will be here.
Yes, stay tuned for the first appearance of Bubba. That is what I've called Jared for at least 7 years now. But yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, feel free to follow our Spotify page. You're going to be able to access all the podcast episodes and some specially curated playlists by our team, and possibly some of our future guests as we release more episodes. We're going to be putting out new episodes, like I mentioned, on the last Tuesday of each month, and you're officially invited to talk all things music and pop culture with us. We'll be happy to welcome you back. See you next time!
Bye!